So this is what these people were doing. They were worshiping all of these idols. And the Mithraic teaching was the Mithraic God was born on December 25th. This in their own, the research that been done, born on the December 25th. He was called Sol Invictus, the conquering sun god. The sun god. And this is why Christians worship on Sunday, not S-O-N, S-U-N. It's not the Son of God. It's Sunday, the day of Sol, the day of the sun god. And this is important, and it's going to be connected with the idea of the Masih ad-Dajjal, because the Masih ad-Dajjal is also a sun god. The sun god, they believed, was the giver of life. In the same way the sun gives life to plants through photosynthesis, as we know in biology now. They believed that the sun god would also give life after death. People would die, they would be resurrected. In the same way that Mithra, who kills himself, he does an act of self-immolation and kills himself for the sins of mankind. He becomes a scapegoat. This is Mithra's act. He had 12 disciples. The disciples represented the 12 zodiacal constellations, and each one of them represented a disciple. There is no number given of the Hawariyun. There's no number that says they were 12 in the Islamic tradition. And Jesus, quote-unquote, making 13, which is what the Christians call the devil's number. Very interesting. And this is the number of Mithra and his disciples. Now what happens with Mithra? Paul literally takes the Mithraic teaching and embellishes it with aspects of the Christian teaching. In the Roman Empire is where the Vatican now stands. This is historical evidence. It is where the Vatican now stands. The mother of Mithra was worshipped. The mother of Mithra was worshipped. So this was all part of this redaction of the Judaic teaching. The Semitic Christianity becomes this Mithraic reality, completely transformed, completely altered, until it is unrecognizable. St. Augustine and the Christians were so bothered by the similarities between Christianity and Mithraism that they would not mention Mithraism by its name. They called Mithra the fellow in the cap. They wouldn't even mention him by his name. And St. Augustine says in his writings that he met a priest from the fellow in the cap, and he said to St. Augustine, you know, our man is a Christian also. In other words, it's really the same teaching and doctrine. The Christians completely wiped out the books, the temples, all of the evidence of Mithraism was completely wiped out. And that's why it's only recently, in the last 100 years, that scholars, anthropologists, and archaeologists have been digging up all of this stuff and finding out about this teaching. Extraordinary.